Okay, James, thank you very much. We are at the Greenville High School gym where we had the Lady Cats by-district game against Caddo Mills a little over a week ago. And today it is the Sulphur Springs Wildcats and the Community Braves in a by-district Division I 4A game that is just about to take place here. Wildcat basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. Wildcats are 20-12 for the season, and they went 6-4 in district play. Community Braves 20-11, and they went 7-3 in District 13 4A. Tony, very similar records with these teams. Now, Sulphur Springs and Community played in pre-district on January 3rd. Sulphur Springs won that game at Community. 45-33.
Okay, so that's a good step.
Wouldn't make too much of that, but it gives
us something to lean on going in with having that little extra bit of confidence that you already have done it once. But you never know who might have improved, and injuries or any of the other stuff.
Sure. I think the Wildcats are the worse for wear because I believe they had Brady Geeslin at that time, and now they do not. Also, Val Mubayed has gone out with an injury late in the season, so they're two down right there. And I don't know about Community, but they showed up here with 16 kids suited out, and I think they've got the whole JV with them this afternoon.
Maybe most of the boys in the school.
By the way, this game was originally scheduled to start at 8 p.m., but because of the prediction of winter weather, and that it seems to be not quite as a dire prediction now as it was a couple of days ago, but because of the threat of freezing precipitation and what have you later tonight, they moved the start time up to 5 p.m., and we have a late arriving crowd, but they are starting to come in now, and I think we'll have a pretty good crowd by the time the game is very far underway.
The 5 o'clock ties into my bedtime a lot better.
The winner of this game plays the winner of the Athens Longview Pine Tree game, which is taking place tonight. And Athens is 23-8 with a 12-0 district record. Pine Tree 20-12 with a 10-4 district record. So it's going to be a tough opponent, whoever wins this contest tonight. We are about to have our national anthem from Greenville High School.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lions Den here on the campus of Greenville High School for tonight's basketball matchup between the visiting Braves of Community and the home team Wildcats of Sulphur Springs. Tonight's game is being conducted under the rules and regulations of the University of Interscholastic Leagues, and in compliance with those rules, we ask that all fans are respectful of the players, coaches, and officials in tonight's contest. At this time, we will introduce the visiting Braves of Community. Number one, Chase Williams.
Okay, we're going to have the player introductions first here.
Number 5, Cam Bland.
So the starters for Community.
Number 10, Jackson Garcia.
Chase Williams, a freshman. DeCarnia Bland, a sophomore. Jackson Garcia, a senior.
Number 23,
Tarius Wilson, a junior, and Drake Chapman, a freshman. So they start two freshmen, Tony, tonight. The Community Braves, we don't have the positions or the heights on those players. And starters for the Wildcats, Carter Arrington, a 6-foot senior. Gia Ibarra, a senior.
Number 12, McCollin Rollison.
Mac Rollison starts, of course, the point guard.
5'11" junior, number 24,
Corbin Argan Bright, a forward, will start. He is a junior.
And center, 6'5" senior, number 34.
And Luke Womack, the senior center, will start for the Wildcats. Of course, the Wildcats are coached by Tyler Mitchum in his first season as the head coach at Caddo Mills. And now we will have our national anthem from Greenville High School. Community Braves and the Sulphur Springs Wildcats about to go at it here tonight. Lady Cats bowed out of the playoffs last night. You may have heard that game on KSST. You may have been over in Mesquite. But Kennedale won it 51-48 in a really hard-fought ball game that went down literally to the final seconds. But Lady Cats lose out after winning their by-district game and their area-round game against Caddo Mills and Lindale.
Still a very respectable season for the Lady Cats. Something to build on next year. Now we're going to let the guys get after it.
And it will be Luke Womack in the center circle to jump for Sulphur Springs. And Sulphur Springs controls the tap. James, I should say, Dakarian Bland was the setter for the Community Braves. Wildcats control the tap. Here's Gio Ibarra outside. Backdoor cut to Luke Womack. Back to Gio. And a traveling call. Was that on Womack? I guess it was on.
Yes, it was on Womack. He paused just a little. I'm not sure he actually traveled, but it looked like it and gave him an excuse. It opens up the turnover question already, though, that we've got to keep that under control.
Yeah, big problem last night for the Lady Cats. Zone defense for Sulphur Springs. Community in the front court. Working the ball on the outside. Community is the visiting team. They are wearing royal blue uniforms with gold numbers outlined in white, so their colors are exactly the same as Sulphur Springs. Wildcats are the home team in white with gold numerals outlined in blue. There's a shot missed by Community on a runner in the lane. They get the offensive rebound. Another shot missed, and Gio Ibarra gets the long rebound for Sulphur Springs. No score, just underway.
Good defensive stand in that first series there. The Cats have been very active.
Sulphur Springs with Carter Arrington driving inside with a runner from 12 feet, a little bit off balance and off the glass, no good. Rebound to Community.
I think he might have figured he was going to draw a foul there.
Bounce pass down low and over the baseline, and will stay with Community.
Womack had some good hands right there, went down and got it and kept from fouling. Side out on under their own basket.
Inbounds play on the baseline. They go way outside. And here's one knocked away by Carter Arrington for Sulphur Springs. Arrington driving, pulls up at the baseline. Still on the dribble. Now to Argenbright. And now to Gio Ibarra in the corner, driving into the paint. Kicks it back out to Rollison for the jumper. And too long, and the rebound goes to Carnan Bland, the sophomore for Bland, or for Community. There is a Bland High School, not far from Community.
Not far from it.
Community working the ball in the front court. Wildcats remaining in a 2-3 zone defense, or as Tony points out, it'll go to a matchup zone.
Yep, and when they get in the lane, though, they automatically get double teamed. So really active defense, and it's not very porous for the Cats.
It's a jumper from 12 feet. Bounces around a couple of times and then falls for Terrius Wilson, a junior for Community, and they take a 2-0 lead. 5:43 to go first period. Here's the jumper for Mac Rollison off the iron, and the rebound to Community, and here come the Braves up the floor, crossing the timeline. Community leading 2-0. And keep it outside right now. Their point guard is Drake Chapman, a freshman.
So have you got number 11 as Wilson? Yep. I had it for Williams, so I was behind.
Braves on offense in the front court. They move from right to left. Keeping it outside right now. Here's a three-pointer from the far side. Too hard off the iron, and Argenbright with the rebound for Sulphur Springs. To Arrington. Arrington across the midcourt line on the dribble. Takes it all the way inside. Leaves his feet. And the ball over the baseline, and the Wildcats going to keep it.
Yep, Bland blocked the shot, but when he came down, he was on the end line.
Gio Ibarra inbounds on the baseline underneath the Sulphur Springs basket, gets it into Womack down low. They go back outside. Now driving the baseline is Gio Ibarra. And again, the ball knocked over the baseline by one of the Brave defenders, and Wildcats will inbound to the left of the backboard. Community on top 2-0. Mac Rollison for three in the corner, too long. Rebound for Sulphur Springs. That's Argenbright. And now it is Carter Arrington with the runner. Is that Gio Ibarra? Gio Ibarra
breaks the ice for us. That's a needed basket.
Little runner from about 12 feet.
Yep, he did a good job of faking, and they went for it, and he had a little opening, and he took it.
Score tied at 2-2. Here's a steal by Arrington for Sulphur Springs.
Good defense again.
Ahead to Gio, driving the baseline, and the shot blocked.
It's got to be goaltending, yeah, because it had hit the board. It wasn't that high enough, so Arrington's going to get the credit for it. That's just a mistake that we appreciate from the Community Braves, because that ball wasn't going to get high enough to go in.
4-2, Sulphur Springs takes the lead. And over on the far side, trying to go inside the Braves, but the ball knocked away by Luke Womack. The center for Sulphur Springs goes out of bounds, and Community will inbound on the far side.
Looks like Luke's got a 2 or 3 inch advantage over their center.
They go up high, and then the pass down low on the backdoor cut, and there's a basket for Community and a foul on Sulphur Springs.
Bucket's going to count.
This is DeCarnan Bland who got the basket.
And they called it on Gio, number 3.
And they're not posting the fouls on the scoreboard here, so we'll do the best we can to keep up with the fouls. And the shot by Bland, perfect. Gives him 3 points, and Community with a 5-4 lead. Mac Rollison across the midcourt line for Sulphur Springs, drives to the right side of the lane, and the jumper from about 16 feet is good.
I think that'll be there all night.
Mac Rollison puts Sulphur Springs up 6-5. Braves on attack, and here's a takeaway for Sulphur Springs by Carter Arrington, ahead to Gio Ibarra, who misses the layup on the breakaway. Back down the floor of the Community Braves. And coming up from behind was Rollison to interrupt that opportunity for a score. And now it's Luke Womack going the other way for Sulphur Springs, taking it to the basket, and he is fouled.
I think that's going on 11, and that's who it is, Wilson. So that's his first. And I believe that's the team's first, and Womack will get 2 shots.
Action is frantic here.
It was right there.
Womack misses the first shot.
Looked a whole lot like street ball on there for about a minute.
Yeah. Womack, 42% free throw shooter, 5.6 per game. And he misses the second shot, but Argenbright gets the rebound. He's back up and cannot score on the putback. So score remains 6-5 Sulphur Springs, and here's a layup at the other end
Number
for
10.
Community.
Garcia.
That's Jackson Garcia, who got free on a drive inside, and it's 7-6 Community. Mac Rollison, right side of the key for Sulphur Springs. And this is Carter Arrington for 3, top of the key, too hard. And a long rebound to Community, but the Wildcats got it back, Gio Ibarra, and now it's going back to Community.
They're letting them play. I'll give them that. There's a lot of contact.
It's like a pinball game.
Yeah.
Pass inside, nice one, and there's the bucket for Community. Chapman scores, and a great feed there by Jackson Garcia. And 24. There was a foul also on the score by Community. They lead 9-6.
I think that was Argenbright on the foul.
Mass substitutions for Sulphur Springs here.
Yep.
Almost the entire unit leaving the floor. Argenbright, you said, was the foul?
Yes.
His first. And the chance for the three-point play, and there it is for Drake Chapman. They're starting 2 freshmen, Chapman and Chase Williams. 10-6. Community
and
with a 4-point lead, and a traveling call here
on Johnson
against James Johnson, who just came into the ball game a moment ago.
Unforced error. That's the Killers. Timeout, Sulphur Springs. Going to discuss that and make sure we're good.
10-6, Community leads. 2:14 left to go in the first quarter. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. Wildcats have a lot of substitutes in the game right now.
I think only one starter's in right now, and that's Arrington. Got Savage in the middle. There goes the lob.
Down low, and the first shot was missed, but he got his own rebound. That is Terrius Wilson.
Savage on the block and talked him into touching it, so it's Wildcats ball.
Ball went over the baseline and now back to Sulphur Springs. 10-6 lead for Community. Mac Rollison on the dribble for Sulphur Springs to the right side of the key. Outside to Carter Arrington. Makes a spinning move to the inside. Puts it up with the right hand and misses the shot, but there's a foul.
He got bailed out there. Number 5. Bland, that's his first. That was not a good shot. I'm going to just say it right off. He did get the foul, so maybe he felt him and knew he was going to get the whistle.
It was an aggressive move by Carter Arrington, and he misses the first free throw here.
We're 0 for 3 on free throws right now.
He's an 82% free throw shooter. Second shot is good. 10-7, Community up by 3.
1:41 left and counting, first quarter.
Braves on attack in the front court. Wildcats still in their 2-3 zone. They find a man open down low and the backdoor cut.
Mac Rollison came over and tomahawked it and nearly took out a cheerleader. Looked like a volleyball kill.
Over the baseline, and Braves have an inbounds play to the left of the basket. And a long count there, but finally got it in. And looks like James Johnson knocked it out of bounds for Sulphur Springs here on the near side right in front of us. We're right behind the Wildcat bench, and inbounds play in the corner for Community on the near side. Wildcats in their 2-3 zone.
Got to watch the weak side because they try to come to work it to that backside for a dunk.
10-7 Community. Out front with the ball is Drake Chapman, the freshman point guard. He's a tall guard.
1:10 left in the quarter. They're just working it around.
No shot clock in high school basketball.
Oh, there was a travel.
Here is a three-point attempt near side. Rattles off, no good. Mac Rollison, the rebound for Sulphur Springs. Ahead to Arrington. Arrington now dishes to Brylan Savage, who misses the layup from the right side. And the rebound goes to Community. They're into the front court with 40 seconds to go in the first period. 10-7, Community leads. Bounce pass high post. And taken away for Sulphur Springs, or almost taken away by Brylan Savage.
Tie ball's going to stay down here with Braves.
They called it a tie ball.
And 33 seconds left in the first.
Arrow pointing Community's way, so they inbound on the baseline to the right of the basket. Inbounds play into the corner. Driving the baseline, up with the runner from 12 feet. Off the iron, no good. And Perez with the rebound for Sulphur Springs, taken away from him. And now a pass to the trailer coming up from behind, and we have a foul.
Carelessness there. Perez stole that foul. Number 12, Rollison. That's going to be his first. Perez made a good steal and then just kind of handed it to him, wasn't taking care of it. That 00 on the line.
I believe this is it 00?
Yep, Foy.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're right. Isaac Foy makes the first shot. He's the first substitute in the game for Community.
23 seconds left for the Wildcats.
11-7 Community. Second shot. And this one right on the money.
He looks pretty good from the line. We might want to remember that.
12-7. Biggest lead for Community at 5 points with 16 seconds on the clock. Mac Rollison walks it across the midcourt line on the dribble to his left to Carter Arrington. Arrington dribbling to his right now. Inside, spins, puts it up, makes the shot from 10 feet. Beautiful shot by Carter Arrington. We have him with 5. And that ends the first period with Community leading Sulphur Springs 12-9. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST, brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, the Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. Start of the second period. Community leading Sulphur Springs 12-9. Tony, Community has outscored Sulphur Springs 4-1 at the free throw line in the first quarter.
Going to be Wildcats ball to start the second. We just got to hold turnovers down.
Inbounds play over on the far side. Wildcats moving from left to right. They go in the corner to Maddox Cameron. Now reversal to the far side. And there a three-point attempt here by Carter Arrington, and it's way off the mark, or at least too long, and the rebound goes to Community. And Chapman across the midcourt line for the Braves.
We're still in our 2-3 zone. The Braves are working it side to side, but they've always got somebody on the baseline. They're trying to get on the weak side.
All the way out near midcourt, almost a backcourt violation. Now we have a shot on the far side from the baseline and a foul called against Sulphur Springs.
It's going to be on Mack, number 12. That's his second. First of the second quarter. Neither team shot a bonus 2 in the first quarter. It was all shooting fouls. So this is number, is that 10?
Yeah, Jackson 10. Garcia.
So he's 0 for the first one. Got one more.
He is a senior at the line, and the second shot is good. 13-9, 4-point lead for Community. They have led by as many as 5. Mac Rollison brings it across the midcourt line. Rollison to Carter Arrington. Arrington making a move to the basket with the right hand off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound. Back up again. Missed. And over the baseline it goes back to Community.
A lot of action under there. Got a couple of different chances of it. Just didn't quite get there. The Braves are not necessarily taller than us, but they got some jump in them, and they're disrupting us under the bucket.
7 minutes to go in the first half. 13-9, Community leading. Braves on attack in the front court. Chapman, double team. Backdoor cut. Got the pass to Chase Williams. Shot would not fall. A whistle.
That's going to be on 0-0 on Community with the rebound against Womack.
Foy with the foul, Isaac Foy, and it's an inbounds play in the backcourt for Sulphur Springs.
That was a good, strong rebound and held on to it. That's something that both our boys and girls teams have not done necessarily that well in the last games.
13-9, Community on top. Wildcats in the front court. Here's Carter Arrington and a backdoor cut to Mac Rollison. Beautiful pass by Arrington, and Rollison scores off the window. Best looking play of the night so far for Sulphur Springs.
0-0, that's his second foul, and that's the second team. And Rollison's going to have one more to get the three-pointer the old way.
Rollison, 4 points in the game. He's a 72% free throw shooter, averaging 12.5 per game. Misses the shot, and the rebound goes to Chapman for Community.
We can't afford to shoot free throws like that. We're 1 out of 4.
Wildcats fall back on defense. Here's the cut by Chapman to the basket. Nice pass. Pass by Jackson Garcia, and he's called for traveling.
This second team is causing a little disruption. Noah Perez does his usual, getting in there and real good IQ.
Carter Arrington trying to make a move to the basket, had it taken away. Now here comes Community back up the floor. Chapman lost it, and a pass ahead to Mac Rollison from Arrington, and Rollison to the floor, and now a whistle.
Rollison slipped and lost the ball. I can't tell if it's going to be still the Cats' ball.
I believe it's going to stay with Sulphur Springs.
I think so. I think Braves touched it out to the side and helped us out.
I wasn't sure if Rollison slipped or if he was knocked down there.
He hit a little bit of sweat and slipped.
Inbounds play on the baseline to the left of the basket. They go way outside to Noah Perez. And now we throw it away.
That had to be tipped.
Maddox Cameron. Apparently it was tipped by one of the Brave defenders, and Sulphur Springs will inbound on the near side. Moving left to right. Wildcats trailing 13-11. Get it into Carter Arrington. Arrington into the paint. And a pass to the baseline on the far side. And that's back to Arrington with a spinning move into the paint. And the shot blocked. and goes out of bounds over the baseline, and Sulphur Springs will keep possession.
Carter's really active tonight. He's trying to make it happen. We got to do some moving around to help him.
Inbounds play goes outside, now back to Arrington for the three in the corner, and he nails it. Carter Arrington with a three-pointer from the far side, and the Wildcats take a 1-point lead, 14-11.
Good offensive possession there.
Braves working in the front court, aggressive Sulphur Springs defense here, and the ball knocked free by Maddox Cameron.
He's not going to get by with that one. He's going to get his foul there.
Cameron with the foul. That's his first.
Two team fouls on each side.
Noah Perez out of the game, and who took his place?
Came back in Argenbright, I think.
Okay. Inbounds play for the Braves on the baseline to the left of the basket. And they go way outside. And now move to the basket, but pulling up is Jackson Garcia. Now Chapman way outside, and they swing it around to the far side. And Garcia with the move to the basket. He can't get the layup to go, and the rebound, Luke Womack for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats lead 14-13. 4:54 left to go in the first half. Here's a three-pointer by Mike Rollison from a step outside the arc, top of the key.
That's what we're needing. We need a little outside help. Number 10 still begging that referee for a foul. That's over with, young man.
7-point lead, or 17-13 lead for Sulphur Springs. The 4-point lead is their biggest. And Community loses the ball over the baseline.
We've got them a little bit razzled right now, and so we need to take advantage of it. 4:28 and counting toward halftime.
Community has led by as many as 5 points in the game, but now it's a 4-point lead for Sulphur Springs. Argenbright to Rollison for a three, comes up short, but the Wildcats get the board.
Number 4, Cameron nice
scores.
Cleanup.
I think that was Corbin Argenbright who got the rebound on the air ball and then passed to Cameron underneath.
Falling out of bounds and handed it to him for a layup. Great reaction.
6-point lead for Sulphur Springs, their biggest, 19-13. Here's a pull-up jumper. It is no good. And the rebound by Womack, right. Jumper missed by Garcia. Here's Rollison for three, and he's hot.
There we go. Feed the monster.
Mac Rollison knocks one down from the left side of the arc. It's a 22-13 lead. 9-point lead for Sulphur Springs, their biggest, and this is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country Alliance Bank. Wildcats with a nice run here, leading 22-13.
We've scored 13 to their 2 so far in this second quarter.
Chapman double-teamed on the left side of the lane, gets it back outside, and there's another double-team. Wildcat defense very aggressive in that 2-3 zone.
They are very quick.
There's a three-point attempt for Community off the mark, and the rebound by Arrington for Sulphur Springs. Takes it on the run into the paint, kicks it back out to Argenbright for three, in and out, no good.
That looked awful good. I can't believe how active Arrington is. He's always active, but he's got that ever-ready battery in him tonight.
Well, he showed that in that last home game against Pleasant Grove, too. You remember?
Yep. Well, he got the same meal.
Braves in the front court. Working against that 2-3 zone for Sulphur Springs. There's a runner from the left side of the lane, Turius Wilson. Gets it to go from about 12 feet. 22-15, 7-point lead for Sulphur Springs. Mac Rollison driving, dishes at the last moment, and the shot missed. Driving in there for the attempted layup was Maddox Cameron, but came up under.
Left his feet and had nowhere to go, and they had us dead to right.
Here's a takeaway by Arrington for Sulphur Springs. Arrington into the paint, dishes to Cameron. Up with the shot from the right side baseline, off, but the Wildcats get the offensive board. And this is Cameron again. Drive it inside, kicks it outside for the three-pointer, good.
Argenbright
with a three-pointer, and a great feed by Carter Arrington.
We should have had 3 anyway because they let a guy jump on one of our shooters. They're letting too much go.
10-point lead for Sulphur Springs, 25-15. Community working in the front court. Here's a foul against one of the Wildcats.
That's Mack. That's not good.
Chase Williams was making a move down the baseline there for Community.
That's 3 on Mack, and he's going to have to sit the rest of the. That's the deal. They let it go like that, and then call a touch foul right there. You got to be consistent. That cost us Mack Rollinson for the left. He's trying to explain it to coach, but coach is pointing to the other end. He knows.
Yeah, they get it in from the baseline. Missed a shot. Rebound Arrington. Baseball pass down the floor to Gio Ibarra, and Ibarra lays it off the glass with the left hand.
Nice pass, Arrington. He's doing everything. 1 minute, 15 seconds and counting. We need to close this out.
27-15, 12-point lead for Sulphur Springs. And here's a foul against one of the Wildcats.
That's
down the
on
baseline.
Arrington.
That's Arrington, his first.
His first. And I've got that's the 4th, so they don't shoot yet. So 1:13 left.
Inbounds play on the baseline to the right of the basket, and the Wildcats
something else.
Take it away again. And here's James Johnson across the midcourt line for Sulphur Springs. Over to Arrington for a long 3, rattles in and out. And over the baseline back to Community. Arrington jacked it up from about a step and a half outside the arc.
I know he's feeling it, but that with 1 minute left, we should have run some clock off. That was too far. That's not his shot. Coach Mitchum's telling him about it. He's not disturbed. He's just saying be smart.
27-15 Sulphur Springs. Wildcats with their biggest lead at 12 points. Braves on attack in the front court. Ball over on the far side. Here's a three-pointer.
24.
Bottom of the net. That is Chapman for 3. That gives him 6 points in the first half. 27-18. 9-point lead for Sulphur Springs. Carter Arrington across the midcourt line.
30 seconds.
Arrington still on the dribble. Pulls up. Pass to Gio Ibarra. Down low they go to Womack. Back to Ibarra. Ibarra into the paint. Pass to the baseline to James Johnson, or is that Cameron?
No, I think it was Cameron, yeah. No,
Cameron.
It was Johnson. A good bounce pass by Ibarra, but we're running ourselves into a little bit of a situation when we get down in the lane. We're not as clear.
Johnson not able to control the pass and lost it over the baseline. Here's the Wildcats taking it away again, but Community gets it back, and there's a shot blocked by Luke Womack on Chapman.
Mercy, they're letting them kill each other, so I guess it'll be all right. These are young, strong bucks.
Drake Chapman, the point guard, driving inside, and Luke Womack wasn't having it.
3 seconds left. Now it's Wildcats ball. Once again, the Cats are playing that defense. Up now he's correcting himself. I thought that was ours.
Inbounds play on the baseline was seemingly stolen there or knocked free and off the Braves, but now another inbounds play to the left of the basket with less than 3 seconds. And they get it in the far side corner, and the three-pointer in and out. Rebound Luke Womack, and that'll do it. End of the first half, 27-18. Sulphur Springs, big second quarter for the Wildcats in this by-district game at Greenville. Wildcats basketball continues after this on KSST.
All right, we're back here at Greenville High School for this by-district game. John Mark's gone to the score table to see whether or not our books are right on the fouls. Without them putting the number on the scoreboard, we're kind of at a disadvantage. 27-18 lead for the Wildcats. Extremely aggressive defense and timely shooting in the second quarter. We outscored Community 18-6, so therein lies the difference, because we were down 12-9 after 1. Really good job, but right at the end we had a couple of careless fouls, but I'll give the referees credit. They're letting them play, so we'll see whether or not that changes in the second half or not. But the Wildcats are extremely active. Well, the first half scoring, Carter Arrington had 8. Gio Ibarra had 4. Maddox Cameron had 2. Mac Rollinson had 10, but if we're correct, he went out with a 3rd foul, so that's going to cost him some playing time. Corbin Argenbright had 3 for a total of 27 points. For the Community Braves, DeCameron Bland had 3. Jackson Garcia had 3. Tarvis Wilson had 4. Drake Chatham had 6. And Isaac Foy had 2. So a very nice second quarter, and it was just all directed by the aggressiveness of the Wildcats. We forced some turnovers underneath on our own end, thinking we were invincible, but a great second quarter getting us up to this 9-point lead.
Sulphur Springs outscored Community 18-6 in the second quarter. Is that what you have?
I've been over that, and I went down to scoring. So.
we do have one correction to make, and that was we gave a basket to Carter Arrington in the first period that should have gone to Gio Ibarra. That was the one on the goaltending.
Okay.
So Gio has 6 points.
He has 6.
And Arrington has 7.
I've got 6. Arrington has 6 as well. Both of them will have 6.
No, you're right. 6. That's right. And Gio has 6.
That was down at the other end. Right. We couldn't see it very well.
Yeah. So Mac Rollison you have with 10.
Yep.
Corbin Argenbright had that 3-pointer late in the first half.
Yep.
And you've already gone over the community scoring, I guess. All right. Well, there's no sense to repeat ourselves there.
What did you find out on fouls?
Okay, good. That's a good thing. So we've got Carter Arrington with 2.
I only had 1, so there you go. That's already.
And I had Gio with 1, but they do not have him with a foul. So
they gave Gio. Well, that could have been Carter's to start with, so that evens out.
Yeah. And Maddox Cameron with 1.
Yep.
And Mac Rollison with 3. We had that correct.
And that I wish we had an error there.
And Argenbright with 1 for Sulphur Springs.
Okay, that's all there.
And then for Community, we have DeCarnon Bland with 1.
Yep.
Terrius Wilson with 1. Isaac Foy with 3.
You're listening to Game
3.
Okay.
He is not a starter, by the way.
No, but he was active when he
played
was
a lot.
in there. Yep.
And Axton Cummings with 1. I don't remember saying his name in the first half, so we missed something there. But they have Axton Cummings, a junior, with 1.
Okay.
It was a 12-9 lead for Community at the end of the first period. A Community led by as many as 5 points, but a big second quarter for Sulphur Springs, and they lead it at halftime, 27-18.
And some of that was done with our substitutions too. We had Noah Perez came in, we had James Johnson came in, Maddox Cameron, and they were quite active. They weren't. Argenbright and Mac have done the majority of the scoring for us, but the rest of them been very active, and I mean lots of traps, and got to be frustrating to Community that they're not getting clean shots off, and if they bring the ball down to us, we go get it.
Tyler Mitchum at some point there set in 4 substitutes at once, and I don't think I've seen him do that this season.
No, I don't either, and he did. He did that at the tail end, and some of them stayed. For a while, Argenbright was the only starter Arrington was the only starter on the field. Yeah. And I hope he gets enough oxygen because he's used the whole game's worth in this first half. So hopefully he can refill right now and give us one more.
We said in that last home game against Pleasant Grove that he was on fire.
He's everywhere.
And he's the last couple of games, he has just been a man possessed.
He reminds me of Brian Burney, who's a year younger than me, and he runs the youth basketball. He's a legend in Sulphur Springs. Yeah. Up until probably he was 40. He still could run and run and run. It amazed me. I'd get so tired chasing him, and he'd just keep going. Right. But he was always like that. Well, Argenbright's the modern-day Brian Burney. Arrington, yes.
So the winner of this game plays the winner of the Athens-Longview Pine Tree game. I think they're playing tonight. Could be, but almost certainly is tonight because I don't believe they played last night. So Athens and Longview Pine Tree. Athens 23-8. and they were 12-0 in district play. Pine Tree 20-12, and they were 10-4 in their district. Of course, the boys are a week behind. You have to remember
normal.
that.
Yeah, that's normal.
And that is normal, but this is a by-district game. This is the first playoff game for either one of these teams, whereas both the Lady Cats and Kennedale last night had already each played 2 playoff games.
Athens is playing Pine Tree tonight, and they're playing at TJC, which is a really nice gym, Wagstaff gym. It's always a nice place. That's what I kind of miss about our realignment the last few years. We're playing this way. I like the gyms to the south. I like to go to Longview, and it's like the mini reunion with the scoreboard in the center, and go to Wagstaff same way, and it's real cozy and loud.
Yep.
But we're where we're at, so we're doing good here.
This is a nice gym. This Greenville gym is a nice gym. 27-18, the Wildcats lead, and we're getting ready for the second half, and Wildcats basketball continues after this on KSST. About ready to go here in the second half. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, and Alliance Bank.
Community's got the possession there, so they're going to start out on offense in the second half.
They will be moving from left to right. The Wildcats will be coming toward us and be shooting right in front of us, so that will be to our liking.
Yeah, I hope we put at least 27 down at this end. I think that'd be enough.
We're underway in the second half. Community working from left to right here against the Sulphur Springs 2-3 zone defense. Wildcats with a 27-18 lead.
And we're not coming way out. They haven't hurt us with the outside ball. So we're packing the lane, and I think that's really disrupted. Now we've disrupted them into a travel.
Traveling call against Community, and Carnan Bland, the sophomore, shuffled his feet, and that was an unforced error there, Tony.
But it was caused by we went out and put pressure on him right there when he caught the ball.
Wildcats into the front court. Carter Arrington on the dribble. Pulls up at the left elbow. Hands off to Maddox Cameron. Now back to Arrington.
In for Rollison.
I see. Yeah, Rollison with 3 fouls for Sulphur Springs. Gio Ibarra with a nice move to the basket, but it was blocked. The shot blocked as Gio driving down the right side of the lane.
Yeah, Bland, they've got some height down there, and if you go up soft, they can get you.
The Carnan Bland rejected the shot. Carter Arrington inbounds to Luke Womack in the corner on the far side. That's, I thought, taken away. No, but it just goes back to Arrington. Had a nice dish back to Womack. He misses a shot, but with the putback, Maddox Cameron for Sulphur Springs with 2 off the window.
Good aggressiveness there.
11-point lead for Sulphur Springs. Their biggest has been 12, 29-18. Community working in the front court. There's a trap in the corner. Wildcats double teaming the Brave with the ball, and that was Terrius Wilson, and Wildcats knock it out of bounds.
Arrington and Womack had him pinned in. There was no way out.
Inbounds play on the sideline. On the near side. They go in the corner. And now kick it back outside, and Garcia for a 3. Too hard off the back iron. Womack had the rebound, but taken away by Drake Chapman, and he banks it off the glass for the bucket. Wow.
That's another one of those where you don't feel anybody there, and he didn't have a good firm grip. We got to come down strong.
29-20, Sulphur Springs up by 9. Carter Arrington drives, pulls up, kicks it back outside to Argenbright. Argenbright with the feed down low to Cameron, and ball is loose on the floor and picked up by Community.
Cameron.
Braves get the ball, and the foul on Maddox Cameron is his second.
We had about 3 that they could have chosen from there. Community's coming back and making up some of the ground, so we need another good stand here and then come down and get him.
Coming across the midcourt line, Chase Williams for Community. 29-20, Wildcats lead. They're working around the perimeter, going the high post here to Wilson. Wilson back outside, and there's a 3-pointer by Chase Williams. Look out.
He hasn't scored till now.
29-23, that 12-point lead down to 6. Argon Bright for a jumper on the right side, about 16 feet out. Good.
That was a tough shot from the side. Nothing but net.
31-23, 8-point lead for the Wildcats. Three-pointer in and out for Community. They get the offensive rebound, and now there's a scrum on the floor.
That's going to come to us by a tie ball. It's our shot down here, so that'll be a turnover.
3 players scrapping for the ball on the floor there. And it's
Womack was the biggest in the trough there. 31-23. Just 5:22 left, just starting that third quarter.
Wildcats.
A little bit of backcourt pressure now, the first we've seen.
Arrington bringing it up the floor. Wildcats still in the backcourt. Argon Bright has it. Now bounce pass to Arrington. They finally get it across the midcourt line. There's a trap.
Got a timeout by Mitchum. He could tell we were in trouble. We got fooled by that pressure there. Good timeout by the Cats.
31-23, Sulphur Springs leads. It's Wildcats basketball on KSST. Sulphur Springs 31, Community 23 in the third quarter. Wildcats have led by as many as 12 points in the game. Community has led by as many as 5. That was in the first quarter. Corbin Argenbright gets it into Carter Arrington. Over on the far side at midcourt after the timeout. And again, here's the trap in the corner near midcourt. And a foul.
24.
Community foul.
Chapman, that's his first according to me.
It's the freshman point guard.
Team's first.
Again, the inbounds play near midcourt. They go in the backcourt. Argenbright does to Arrington. Arrington on the dribble across the midcourt line to Gio Ibarra in the corner. Almost lost it.
Go.
But Arrington goes after it, gets it back, and the foul on Jackson Garcia.
He just was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Garcia, first foul.
We're going to make sure we don't pick up our dribble just across half court. We've got to keep the dribble moving.
2 team fouls against Community now. Over on the far side, it's Gio Ibarra rescuing an errant pass by Arrington. Now Argenbright driving the baseline on the left side, and he is fouled.
Got bailed out there. He didn't quite get it high enough, but they could have grabbed his arm. That's the reason. Number 1, Williams. That's his first, and that's already the team's third. And Corbin's going to get 2 shots here.
Argenbright at the line, and he makes the first one. Argenbright is a 74% free throw shooter.
Very important to get that free throw.
Averaging 5.1 per game. And he has 6 points in the game tonight. Second shot, good.
Nice form, very relaxed, nothing but net.
Argenbright, just a junior. He will be back with the Wildcats next year. Now it's back to that 10-point lead at 33-23 for Sulphur Springs. Braves on attack in the front court against the 2-3 Sulphur Springs zone. Here's a 3-point attempt from outside the arc by a step or so on the near side, and the rebound goes to Argenbright. And down the floor they go to Maddox Cameron. Back outside to Gio Ibarra or to Arrington. And then Argenbright with a 3-point attempt off the mark. Rebound to Community. 33-23 Wildcats. Runner off the glass for Community
11.
by Terrius Wilson.
That's a pretty nice shot there.
8 points for Wilson. 33-25. Wildcats lead by 8. Arrington driving down the left side of the lane. Couldn't get the shot to go. Now it's a loose ball and a scrap for it. The Wildcats come up with it with Arrington taking it to the basket. Off the glass with the left hand. Shot no good, but he's fouled.
That's going to be on number 5, a shooting foul, and he was at a decided disadvantage but used his body to draw the contact. They're talking something over, but I don't know what it would be. That's going to be the second foul on number 5. And the 4th team foul, so we're going to be shooting the rest of the third quarter.
DeCarnan Bland with the foul. Now the conversation between the officials,
I don't know what they're
still going on, and Carter Arrington kind of holding out his hands like, I don't know what's going on.
They're mentioning a double foul and a jump ball. Let's see. That's what's happening.
Wow. What?
Intentional foul against 34. That's
Luke Womack?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened right there. Mercy.
We both said the same thing at the precisely the
That's
same
not
time.
even close.
I have never heard of that, to tell you the truth. A double foul.
Well, there's all kinds of double fouls, but I didn't even see where Womack was. That's his first personal and the Wildcats' second, so it should be 3-2 on fouls, and that's it. I have no clue what's causing this.
And now still a conversation taking place.
Because Arrington got knocked down by number 5 on the shot. That was clear.
That was very obvious. And I saw nothing involving Womack.
Yeah.
And now they're still having this conversation. So a double foul.
So this is a possession. Now the community's trying to get a shot out of it with calling it an intentional foul.
Well, I surely didn't see that.
No.
But community gets the ball because the possession arrow was pointing in their direction?
No, but yes, because double foul, and then they travel and going to give it back, so it didn't hurt us. Yeah, anytime it's a double foul, you go to the possession arrow at the spot of interruption.
Well, I've learned something.
So the Cats need to take advantage.
8-point lead for Sulphur Springs.
3:30 in the quarter.
Inbounds play in the back court. Now into the front court they come. Carter Arrington spinning and making a nice pass, or attempting to make a very nice pass there to Brylan Savage, but a traveling call.
He's trying to do a little bit too much there. You got to know where you're going.
Mac Rollison, by the way, out of the game with 3 fouls for Sulphur Springs.
He may not see any play. If they can keep the lead, he may not play till the 4th.
He had 10 points in the first half. Here's a runner down the baseline by Chapman. Air ball rebounded by Argenbright for Sulphur Springs to Arrington. And Arrington, wow.
There's a foul now. That one better be on number 24 from community. And the referee's staring at him to see if he's going to do something stupid.
Arrington lost control of the dribble there, and then he and Chapman collided.
That's his second.
Arrington's doing his Cody Rowland imitation.
He is. He got a little bit ahead of himself. Both possessions. We got Gio and Cameron coming out. Perez is in. And James Johnson, it looks like.
Cody Rowland, of course, the point guard for the Lady Cats, who's an exciting player to watch. She's a ball of fire.
She is.
Inbounds play on the near side. Argenbright gets it to James Johnson. Beautiful bounce pass for Noah Perez, but traveling call against the Wildcats, and they give it back with a 33-25 lead with 3:02 to go third quarter.
That's the most traveling calls I've seen in a ball game. They've got that call down, which a lot of times it's not called and people get upset.
Yeah. 3 minutes to go in the third period. Foul over on the far side. Going to go against Sulphur Springs.
It'll be on the side out. I think that's on Arrington.
Yeah, Arrington.
That's his third, so we got to be a little bit careful there.
Yep.
That's third foul for us. We're shooting if community fouls. They've already got 4 fouls.
2 top offensive players for Sulphur Springs with 3 fouls. There's a shot blocked by Darius Wilson. The shot in the paint from about 12 feet. Here come the Wildcats. That is Arrington to Brylan Savage. Back to Arrington. Arrington drives inside, kicks it out to the baseline for a shot by Gio Ibarra. Or was that Argenbright? It was Argenbright. He missed. And rebound by community. They come down the floor and they put the lob up there.
I think Williams, number 1.
Darius Wilson. I had it. And a beautiful lob there, and he scores.
There's a foul on 11.
He scores off the glass. We come back down the floor. And here's a foul against the Braves, and this one goes against Darius Wilson.
So now we're going to shoot.
That's his second foul, and Wildcats in the bonus.
Argenbright going to get 2 here. He knocked down the first 2 and looked very relaxed doing it, so we need the same episode here.
33-27. It's just a 6-point lead for Sulphur Springs. Argenbright with the
perfect
free throw right on the money.
He's got very good arm action, bending his knees, and very relaxed. He's good rotation. That's a textbook free throw.
8 points in the game. He's a 74% free throw shooter. 34-27, 7 points Sulphur Springs lead. Next shot is in and out. And the rebound for community by Darius Wilson, the junior. Down the floor they go, moving left to right. Chapman Goes to Garcia now on the near side. To Chase Williams. Back to Garcia, thinks about the three, looking at that 2-3. Sulphur Springs zone. They get it inside to Chapman. Chapman trying to create some space, goes up for the shot, and he's fouled.
I think that's going to be on Argenbright. Yep. That's his second. He took a swipe at it. Fourth for the Wildcats. That's going to put 24 at the line for 2.
Drake Chapman.
Missed the first one.
Had 7 points in the first half, has not scored here in the third quarter.
Did you say he's one of the freshmen?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. He's a pretty good-looking ball player.
Along with
He's
Chase
a little
Williams.
thin.
Second shot.
Made one.
Got the second shot to go. 34-28, 6-point lead for the Wildcats. They have led by as many as 12.
Minute 50 left.
Some pressure in the backcourt by Community and almost taken away there by the Braves. Harrington driving inside with the runner, and it hit the bottom of the rim, and here come the Braves back up the floor. Fast break.
11.
And the feed by Chase Williams to Terrius Wilson, who scores off the left side of the backboard, 34-30. Sulphur Springs lead cut to 4. Arrington goes to Maddox Cameron. Now back to Arrington. Arrington over on the far side, driving, pulls up, gets it to Savage down low. Savage turns and shoots and lays it in.
That was a perfect over-the-head blind pass from Arrington.
Brylan Savage, his first bucket of the night, the senior, 36-30, Wildcats by 6, under a minute to go, third quarter.
There's a
It's
steal.
a takeaway for Sulphur Springs by Gio.
That's Arrington.
Is that Arrington?
Yeah.
And Arrington with the break. Missed the shot.
Argenbright came back with a rebound.
Gets the putback.
That's
Argenbright having a big night for the Wildcats.
Big quarter. Big quarter.
38-30. Wildcat lead us back out to 8. Had been cut down to 4 a moment ago.
Yep. Argenbright's got 7 in the third.
27 seconds in the third quarter. Wildcats with a 38-30 lead. Here's a takeaway for Sulphur Springs. And that is Arrington on the steal. The break down the floor. He misses the runner. But there with the putback is Maddox Cameron for Sulphur Springs. Cameron with his second bucket of the quarter, 6 in the game, 40-30 to lead back to 10 for Sulphur Springs.
Yeah, no fouls.
4 seconds in the quarter. Garcia to the baseline, puts up the jumper, falls well short, and that's the end of the third quarter. Wildcats lead 40-30. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, Sulphur Springs Dodge, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. We go to the fourth quarter. Wildcats lead it in this by-district game versus the Community Braves at Greenville High School, 40-30.
Hang on. It's exciting. It's for a first-round game, very competitive. A lot of times you have some lopsided games in that first time, and actually Community came in ranked higher on the possession because of the where they finished, I believe.
Wildcats defeated Community in a pre-district game, 45-33 back on January 3rd. Community has the ball to start the fourth quarter. Chapman tried to make a move to the inside. Out of control, attempted shot there, and it was blocked.
Savage blocked it and knocked it off of 2 of them. So a great first possession. Now we need to come down and get a good one. Here comes Mack is back in the game with 3 fouls, but he'll make his presence felt.
Mac Wallison and Carter Arrington in the game for Sulphur Springs. Pass to Argenbright. He lost it for a moment but got it back. Now it's Wallison on the near side. Wildcats moving from right to left. Shooting at the goal in front of us here.
And the guy
here's a takeaway
away
by Community. And down the floor he goes and misses the layup. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, and scores. And this is Travis Wilson. He took it away from Rollison. Just took it out of his hands.
Just flat stole it. And the
gets
foul
the
is on Rollinson, so that's
mercy.
4. So that he got frustrated and went ahead and made the foul. So now they're talking again, but I think they're talking to 11, telling him to settle down.
Terrius Wilson with 12 points in the game now. A junior.
That was unnecessary where Mack let him steal it right there. That's where we got to have our concentration the whole game.
40-32. It's an 8-point lead for Sulphur Springs with 7:16 to go in the ball game. Wilson at the line for Community. Shot on the way, and it rattles around and falls. So Wilson now with 13 points in the game.
7-point lead. Again with the pressure in the backcourt.
Rollison still in the game with 4 fouls. Hands off to Arrington. Arrington on the dribble from left to right into the paint with the runner and a little bit short off the rim. And the rebound to Community, and Garcia gets it to Chapman. Chapman on the run across the midcourt line down the right-hand side of the court. Wildcats remain in that 2-3 zone they've been in all night.
Been very effective.
7-point lead for Sulphur Springs. They have led by as many as 12.
Community's way outside. Now they're coming in a little, and we trap them. That's been very effective.
Garcia with it outside. Bounce pass near side, and here is the three-pointer way off the mark.
Argenbright,
the
great
rebound. Corbin Argenbright on the far side. Outlet pass to Mac Rollison. Rollison with the runner. To Savage. Savage with the shot. Misses the rim, and Argenbright going for the rebound but didn't get it. Community gets the board, and Garcia driving the baseline and knocked to the floor. I believe a foul here against one of the Wildcats.
I think he's going to get Savage, 21. Argenbright's complaining a little bit. I think the officials are getting their feelings hurt.
Brylan Savage with the foul is first. That's 2 on the Wildcats.
2 on the Cats.
In the quarter. And at the line here, Jackson Garcia, senior, and he misses the first shot. Garcia with 3 points in the first half, has not scored in the second half.
Okay.
Second shot here. Fouled in the act of shooting. He missed them both. Foy with the rebound for Community. Gets it to Garcia. He shovels one up off the window. No good.
Savage came down.
The rebound for Sulphur Springs.
Amongst about 3 of them. Oh, he got by with a travel there.
Gio Garcia brought it up for the Wildcats. Now to Rollison. Playing with 4 fouls. Rollison for 3. And
yes,
got it.
Sir. Yes, sir. That's where we need it.
Mac Rollison, 13 points in the game, 3 trays.
10-point lead now.
43-33.
Need to keep that double digit around there. That looks good with that inside that last quarter.
5:32 to go in the game. Community in the front court working left to right. Taking their time about it right now. Here's Chapman from outside and nails the three-pointer. He's a good-looking freshman.
Good answer right there. Back to a 7-point game.
Chapman with 11 points in the game. 43-36. Wildcats on top. 5:12 to go. Rollison maneuvering on the dribble to the far side. Pulls up for 3. Got it!
Another.
Wow, Mac Rollison.
It's another case of feed me, and all he did was just sit back, and the Community finally relaxed, and he hit nothing but the bottom.
Drills it from the far side, and Community in the front court, they throw it away. Skip pass, too hard, right through the hands of one of the Braves, and the Wildcats get it back. 46-36, Sulphur Springs up by 10. 4:51 to go.
That was a direct cause of us collapsing in the middle, and we took away the shot, and he was up in the air and had to throw it. Great defense.
4:47 to go. Carter Arrington. There's a trap on him out near midcourt, but he gets it to Rollison. Rollison to the baseline. Comes back outside to Arrington. Wildcats now going to take some time off the clock if they can.
Arrington's got to get out of that corner and quit.
Arrington driving down the left side of the lane and got it to Savage. Savage lost a handle on the ball out of bounds, and apparently will go to the Braves.
Going from there. Yeah, with that pressure up there, Arrington is stopping his dribble right there and getting in trouble. He's got to keep it going.
46-36, Wildcats lead by 10 in this bi-district game versus the Community Braves.
4 minutes left.
Community on offense. Chapman over to Wilson. Wilson way outside. And here's Chapman for 3, in and out, and the rebound Arrington for Sulphur Springs.
Same shot as he made last go-round. Arrington came very aggressive, got the rebound. Now Max in there. And there's a foul on number 11.
Arrington to Rollison.
A lot of mouthing going on. proud to say it's not as much from the Cats.
You think that was on Wilson, number 11?
Yes, number 11.
Was it? Okay, because I thought Bland also looked like he was objecting.
Yeah. That's their first foul of the fourth quarter.
Okay, so we've got 3 then on Terrius Wilson.
Yes.
Wilson, who has 13 points in the game. Mac Rollison pulls up for a three-pointer, and this one too hard off the back iron, but the rebound taken by Brylan Savage, but then he lost it to one of the Braves. Garcia came out of there with it. And it is Chapman driving from the left side into the lane.
Mac is gone.
He is fouled, and is that Rollison?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
You got to know where you stand, so that's huge.
Mac Rollison fouls out. He has 15 points in the game.
3:29 left in the game, and 24 is going to the line for 2.
Mac Rollison, the senior, and you hope that's not the last that we see of him.
I think we're going to bail him out and give him another game.
Into the ball game comes Maddox Cameron, and at the free throw line is Drake Chapman for Community. Makes the first shot. That gives him 12 points in the game. 46-37, Wildcats up by 9, 3.5 minutes to go. Chapman, second shot. And it bounces off, and the rebound by Gio Ibarra, but he lost it, and then it was rescued by Brylan Savage for Sulphur Springs. Arrington, bounce pass to Savage across the midcourt line.
Trying to take a little time off.
Arrington way outside,
guarded
by Garcia. Left-hand dribble for Arrington, left side of the lane. Goes to Chapman.
We nearly traveled right there. I think we got by with one.
Goes to Cameron, I should say. Now this is Gio Ibarra driving into the paint, back out to Cameron, to Savage in the corner on the near side. Way outside to Arrington, and he makes a move and is fouled.
Number 10 has his second, and that's the second on Community here. That's a good job of moving the ball around and shortening this game right now there. Good crisp passes and not getting trapped.
Noah Perez into the ball game.
Yep.
Wildcats took nearly a minute off the clock.
Yes, they did, and you can do that if you stay active, keep your dribble alive, and make good passes.
No shot clock in high school basketball. Corbin Argenbright to inbound it. That's going to Perez, and Chapman got a hand in there, knocked it free, and they're going back down the other way, but there's a foul here.
Foul on Argenbright, and that's going to be our 4th.
46-37, the Wildcats on top. Third foul on Argenbright. Tony may have told you that. 2:45 to go.
We just didn't handle that inbounds good. You got to have something going, movement.
9-point lead for Sulphur Springs. They have led by as many as 12 in the game. Maddox Cameron about to go in. Tyler Mitchum has an arm around him, giving him instructions.
Savage with the rebound. They stole it. They're really hooking.
A move to the inside by Community. They missed the shot. Savage got the rebound, then he lost it. Now there's a scramble for the ball back in the back court.
That's going to be a foul. We lucked out. A foul on number 5 on the baseline. Going to be the Wildcats' ball. Going to be the 3rd team foul.
Perez out of the game, and Maddox Cameron takes his place.
Timeout Community, I think.
46-37, Sulphur Springs leads, 2:14 to go. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. Sulphur Springs will have the ball in the back court on the baseline, and it'll be a full court press here by Community. Wildcats lead 46-37, 2:12 to go. Get it into Gio Ibarra. Back to Argenbright. Argenbright on the left-hand dribble across the midcourt line. Now to Carter Arrington in the center circle. Arrington, double team. Goes back out near midcourt, left-hand dribble into the paint. Arrington up with a shot, rattles off, no good, and the rebound for Community by Bland. Back down the floor go the Braves. 46-37 with 1:48 to go.
He had a good shot, but I would have rather seen him keep the ball and move some seconds. We were up 9.
Braves in the front court. They get it down low. And the basket here by Bland. puts it in from right in front of the bucket. 46-39, a 7-point Sulphur Springs lead. Foul in the backcourt as the Wildcats come back up the floor.
I didn't see who they called it on.
I didn't either. That's his 4th team foul against Community. So Wildcats will go to the bonus on the next foul. Inbounds play on the baseline. Again, the full court press for Community. They get it into Arrington. Arrington was double teamed, but he worked his way out of that. Still on the dribble as he comes into the front court. Bounce pass.
There you go. Number 10.
He goes to Gio Ibarra, and Gio is fouled.
That's going to be a shooting foul for the rest of the game, so Gio's going to get 2 with 1:19 left in the ball game.
3rd foul on Jackson Garcia. Gio Ibarra to the line for the Wildcats, a 64% free throw shooter.
Up 7, we need to be up 9 here. Concentrate, senior.
Ibarra, 6 points in the game, makes the first shot.
Nice.
7 points for Gio Ibarra.
Make this one more and go back to 9 with 1:19 left and let that tenacious defense take over again.
47-39 Sulphur Springs. Gio Ibarra, second shot coming. This on the bonus.
Yep.
And it rattles around but falls down through the net. 48-39, 9-point lead, 1:18 to go. Wildcats on top. Into the paint, and with the runner,
number 5.
Gets it to fall. That's Terrius Wilson.
He's a good player. Community's got some good players.
Do we have a foul called on that?
No, timeout, Community. And it is a 30-second.
48-31. 48-41. A 7-point
lead
for Sulphur Springs.
But I think we're inside 2, so I like where we sit.
Terrius Wilson now with 15 points in the game for Community. Mac Rollison had 15 for Sulphur Springs before he fouled out. I'll tell you, the MVP of this game for Sulphur Springs, though, got to be Carter Arrington.
Yep.
He has just dominated on the floor.
He's been everywhere.
Taken it on his shoulders and carried the team. Really.
Sometimes a little too much, where he made a bad decision, but you can never get on somebody for effort, and he's gotten that effort.
Right.
1:10 left, up 7. Full court pressure.
Argenbright inbounds on the baseline, gets it into Arrington. They're going to try to double team him. The full court pressure, and there's a foul.
Yep.
And that'll send Carter Arrington to the line. You go to the bonus on the 5th foul in the quarter in high school basketball, then you shoot 2.
Number 23 on the foul, and Arrington is going to get 2 free throws.
Dylan Tesla into the game for Community. I don't believe he's played until
I hadn't seen him since then. He may be designated fouler. Nice stroke there for Arrington.
Arrington, an 82% free throw shooter, makes the first shot. That gives him 7 in the game, a Wildcat senior. And he has played point guard for the most part tonight in the absence of Mac Rollison. Mac has been out so much with foul trouble, even though he was able to score 15 points. Second shot, good.
Perfect. Great shooting right there. 50 points. That's a 9-point lead with a minute. Now take over defense. We're fixing to take this from home.
Wildcats stay in that 2-3 zone. Community on offense in the front court. Under a minute to play.
Gio has real good position.
Shot from the corner, too long, off the rim. Rebound for Sulphur Springs. And that is
10.
Ibarra, and he is fouled by Garcia.
That's his 4th. And Ibarra is going to get 2 more free throws, and he just got through making 2. So I'm going to trust he's going to do it again. 52 seconds left in this ball game. The Wildcats are going to withstand this and head on to round 2, area round.
Maddox Cameron about to come into the game again, receiving some very intense instructions there from Tyler Mitchum, Wildcats head coach.
10 fouled out, so that foul we missed a while ago, I'm going to give to him because I was 1 short.
Okay, I think you're right. Gio Ibarra makes it.
That's excellent form. That can't go anywhere but in the middle of the goal.
Ice water in his veins, as they used to say.
Yep. Going to put this one more in there and put 11 points up. No, a little short.
Missed that one.
That's
Hits the front of the rim. Rebound to Community with 48 seconds to go. Here's a runner off the glass.
Savage.
Won't go by Wilson. Wildcats come up with the rebound. Now this is Carter Arrington weaving through traffic on the dribble. Still dribbling and foul.
Number 11.
Keeping that dribble alive as you were
he did.
counseling him.
But that's one of those where go ahead and give it up. But he knew he was going to get fouled. They were to the point where they have to.
Yeah.
32 seconds left, and Arrington's going to get 2 more, going to get to pad his score a little bit more.
51-41. Makes the first shot an 11-point lead. Back to that 11-point lead the Wildcats had a while ago. 12 is the biggest lead, and they're back at 12 as he makes them both.
He's made 5 out of 6 free throws.
53-41. The Wildcats lead with 31 seconds to go. Here's Chapman for 3. Too hard, and the rebound to Sulphur Springs. And that is Arrington with the rebound. Now to 21 seconds, and this one is just about over.
Yep, they're not going to foul, so that's going to be it. 15 seconds left. Good season for community, but the Wildcats to live to play again. Great job.
Down to 8 seconds. Gio Ibarra. No, that is Gio Ibarra on the dribble for Sulphur Springs, and he'll just dribble out the clock. And the Wildcats win it here at Greenville tonight, 53-41 over the Community Braves. Braves got off to a good start, led at the end of the first quarter 12-9, had a 5-point lead, I believe, early in the second quarter, but from about midway through the second period, the Wildcats have dominated the game. And they win this by-district contest over Community and will move on to the area round. 53-41, the final for Sulphur Springs, and Wildcats basketball continues after this on KSST. Wildcats win this by-district game over the Community Braves at Greenville High School tonight, 53-41. And Sulphur Springs was challenged there in the fourth quarter. I think Community got as close as 4 points. Maybe 2. Did they get down
I don't think they got within 2. I think 4 or 6 was about as close as they got. The Cats did a good job of withstanding all of the second half. They pressed up full court press, and when we'd get through, we'd go. So we did a good job of adjustments.
All right, here's the scoring that I have, and I know some of this is off, so you correct me where I need correcting. I have Carter Arrington with 10.
Yes, sir.
Gio Ibarra with 9.
Yep.
Of course, Mac Rollison with 15.
I've got him with 16.
16, okay.
Yep.
That might account for, that certainly will account
That's okay.
for one of the points. Yeah, 6, so we give Mac Rollison 16. Maddox Cameron I have with 6.
Yes, sir.
Brylan Savage with 2.
Yes, sir.
Corbin Arganbright with 9.
I've got 10 on
Okay,
Corbin.
that would make sense. All right, we say 10 for Arganbright, and did you say 16 for Mac Rollison?
Yes, sir.
Rollison was extremely productive for somebody that fouled out.
Yeah, he didn't play very many minutes.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot of minutes. He missed. Was it in the first half they took him out?
Yeah, it was second quarter. He missed at least half of the second quarter, and I think every bit of the third quarter.
Yeah, I believe
and then
you're right.
Started the fourth.
Yeah.
And he didn't last long there till he got one.
Right.
No, he did. Well, he played till he fouled because he got his 2 within a minute of each other.
Yeah. And then for Community tonight, we have, and I know I'm off here somewhere, Chase Williams with 3.
I got 5.
Okay, call it 5. And DeCarnan Bland with 5.
He's got 7.
All right,
so
that may be where I
flipped him there.
That may be where I was off. I've got Jackson Garcia with 3.
Yes, sir.
I have Tarius Wilson with 15.
See, I've only got 11.
I'm pretty confident on him. And Drake Chapman with 12.
Okay, I've got 13 on him, so we moved a little of theirs.
Okay, well, they both had good nights.
And
we
then
won't
do you
quit.
have 2 points for Foy?
I did not have a
Foy had 2
Actually,
points.
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
So,
yeah, I just overlooked it.
Yep.
Right. All right. So, but wow, Carter Arrington tonight was just really special, and 10 points is nice, but
that doesn't spell the story.
Right. His ball handling was exceptional, and he very aggressive, both on offense and defense.
And I thought Savage played a very good game on defense. He was very active. And Womack I mean, they basically control down under the boards, so they're really good job by our bigs.
Gio Ibarra had a big role in the game tonight. Really, Sulphur Springs got a good contribution from everybody on the team this evening.
Did.
So it was a team effort by the Wildcats, and now we find out if they will play Athens or Longview Pine Tree, and will it be Thursday or Friday?
I'm going to say if they play Pine Tree, we'll play in Mount Pleasant, but we may not.
That'd be fine.
And if we play, who else was it?
Athens? Yeah.
Then I would look for Athens to be Wills Point or Edgewood. That'd be kind of halfway there.
Well,
they're on 19 and they come straight up.
I expect we'll know by midday tomorrow.
Yep.
But we'll be watching that very carefully. So Wildcats win the by-district game last year. They lost in the by-district round to Van. So this is an advancement.
Both boys and girls last year had better seeding and lost to lower seeds in the first round, and the girls went 3 deep, and we're on to number 2 tonight.
Right. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. We say thanks to Matt Jansen, our technical director and video producer. You can see this game later on Channel 18 and YouTube. Also James Terry, our producer in the studio, and Tony Flippin, our color commentator tonight. Tony, any last observation to make before we...
Right now, we're not necessarily a tall team or anything of that nature, but with our aggressiveness and our defense, I'm not scared of anybody. We may can match the girls and go 3 deep again. Who knows?
Well, it was a very strong defensive effort for the Wildcats.
We've got to play smarter at times. Argenbright, like I said, did his Cody Rowland imitation, and every once in a while, Arrington, he just couldn't catch up with what he wanted. But man, he had a ball game. It's a great game, but we cut down some turnovers and keep that foul trouble out. We've got a shot.
Wildcats win this by-district game from Greenville tonight over Community 53-41. I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we say goodnight from Greenville High School.